Zodiac was directed by David Fincher and stars Mark Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr., and Jake Gyllenhaal. In the late 60s and 70s, the city of San Francisco is haunted by a serial killer calling himself the Zodiac, and Robert Graysmith, a San Francisco Chronicle cartoonist, develops an unhealthy obsession with cracking the case. This is the second David Fincher film I have ever reviewed on my channel, the first being The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. If you want to see what my thoughts are on that film, go ahead and check out my last video. While there are many similarities between The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and Zodiac, one noticeable difference is that the film Zodiac is based off of a true story. My mom actually grew up in San Francisco during the Zodiac murders, and she absolutely loved this film. It reminded her of her childhood and all of the times she heard about the Zodiac. Guys, I'm gonna get straight to the point and not waste my time or your time. This is one of the greatest true story serial killer films I have ever seen. David Fincher has got to be one of the craziest filmmakers working today. He has gone on record multiple times saying that if just one little detail was off in this film or was inaccurate to what actually happened, he would never forgive himself. He's also said that he read Robert Graysmith's book, which is the book that's the basis of this film, like 4 or 5 times. He read a freaking book 4 or 5 times just to make sure that this film was as accurate as it possibly could be. And I gotta tell you, it is all the better for it. This film is not only incredibly historically accurate, but it is so thrilling to watch. David Fincher, thank you so much for making this film. When watching this film and seeing Jake Gyllenhaal's character Robert Graysmith slowly develop an obsession with solving this case and finding the identity of the Zodiac, we can't help but feel drawn into the case ourselves. His obsession with the case becomes our obsession, and this is truly due to Jake Gyllenhaal's masterful performance in this role. I personally really have a thing for movies, books, or stories in general where the main character develops a deep obsession with some kind of a mystery or some kind of a crime, and where they really want to find the identity of the killer. Just stories where the main character gets really obsessed with something. I love those kinds of stories. I love those kinds of books and movies. And if you guys are just like that, well then, this film might just be for you. I want to take a moment to talk about Mark Ruffalo's character, Detective Dave Toshi. He's one of those characters that you kind of really like, but also at the same time really don't like. However, towards the end of the film, he does make an effort to help Robert Graysmith in his investigation, despite being tied down by discretionary laws and not really being able to talk about the case because of his job and the nature of his job, and that does get you to like him a little bit more. Robert Downey Jr.'s performance as Paul Avery, who's this kind of eccentric San Francisco Chronicle reporter, is just as good, especially as he also starts to develop an obsession with solving the case. Guys, if you have not seen this film, I highly recommend it. It is so thrilling and so much fun to watch, and every time I watch this film, I always become so interested in the case. Like, I can't help but hop on the internet and do my own research on the case and see if there's been any developments. That's how awesome this film is. I highly recommend it, and I'm gonna give Zodiac an A+. Guys, thank you all so much for watching my video today. If you liked what you saw here, please consider leaving a like, leaving a comment, hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell notification icon so you know when yours truly uploads, and as always, you can look forward to another movie review coming from yours truly very soon. Thank you all again so much.